All right, here we go. I'd like to call to order the Public Arts Commission City of Indio meeting for the January 11th, 2022. And could we have roll call, please?
Chairperson Bill Shinsky,
Here.
Vice Chairperson AJ Newmeyer,
Here.
Commissioner Cecilia Cruz Mejas,
Here.
Commissioner Vanessa Becerra,
Here.
Commissioner Thomas Buck.
Here.
Mr. Newmeyer, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of
Sure.
Allegiance?
Everybody ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Item 3 is public comments, and we don't have any.
There are none.
Okay. Item number 4, staff updates and reports. Item 4.1 is introductions of our new staff people.
Good evening, Chairperson and members of the commission. My name is Scott Trujillo. I'm the city's deputy city manager. And as you can see, we have some new bodies here that are serving the Public Arts Commission. So I'd just like to do is just take a few minutes, one, to introduce ourselves, and then also just talk a bit about some expectations as we move into this new venture together. We essentially saw a void, if you will. We didn't have any staff that were designated for the last, maybe perhaps 6 months. Is that about accurate? And so I had this brainchild idea that I placed by the city manager, and which was, is there a possibility that I could poach one of our staff who has this natural affinity for art, being Layla Namvar in community development, and bring her over to the art side? And so the conversations then went from there. I spoke to Mr. Snyder in community development and convinced him that it was a good move. And so what was interesting is when I had approached Miss Namvar on the idea, she was watching a video on Desert X in her office. The irony behind that is about 3 or so years ago, she and I attended the grand opening of Desert X in Palm Springs. So the fact that she and I were paired up years ago on that endeavor, and then for me to walk in and see it, here we are, I'm about to approach her on an idea of coming in the arts role. The irony was pretty interesting. So, but just a little bit about me. I've been with the city nearly 16 years, probably in about 7 different positions in titles of 4 different departments. So I've been here for some time. I love this city. I live here. My kids have grown up here. Wife and I, we love it. So you'll see that through and through that I'm committed to this community. And but I'm big on the two-way communication with, so I invite that moving forward from all the commissioners that have any questions or concerns to feel free to reach out to me, cell phone or however you wish. And then I welcome all of your ideas and input. I never want to quelch any of your creativity and so forth. Not that we can implement everything, but definitely open to do that. So, and before I hand it over to Layla, one thing I wanted to throw out there, and this is not agendized, so we probably can't spend much time discussing it, but to put on your radar, the other crazy idea that I have is to potentially combine 2 commissions, the Public Arts Commission with the Community Services Commission. Now, I say that just to put it on your radar, start thinking about that. I think there are some natural parallels between the two commissions that make sense to me. This is not something that I've vetted through by any stretch of what that would look like and so forth. So I don't want you thinking that anyone's gonna lose a spot or roles are gonna change. This is something that I just wanted to put out there to say, this is something that I will probably and likely pursue. I get the city manager's consent to do that. I know he'll need to speak to city council to see if there's any interest in doing that. But I'd also like to have conversations with you guys directly as well to see, not tonight, but have conversations with you to see if that's something you and if not, no problem. Let's move on. We have plenty of work to do. As our agenda shows tonight, I mean, we're already moving. Alayla's only been on the job for just over 30 days, and what she's been able to compile in that time is pretty tremendous. So, but nevertheless, my name is Scott. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I look forward to seeing you, at least in this format, once a month, but working with you one-on-one and getting to know you and seeing how we can accomplish some great things together. So thank you. And I'll hand it over to Layla for introductions, and the floor is yours.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Trujillo. So good evening and Happy New Year to Arts Commission, each and every one of you. I wish you had a good time off with your family. So I've been with the city since 2005. Off and on, I've worked as like assisting the commission sometimes when the staff needed Arts Commission. But when Scott approached me, so I was like, hell yeah, I want to do this. So I'm very happy to be staff assisting the commission and do things together. I have a master's degree in public administration from Cacti, San Bernardino, and I'm a closeted artist, I call myself. I do photography. I was at Bill's place for some time, and then I do filmmaking, and recently I started painting watercolor as well. So I'm passionate about art. I love the city because the city of India gave me my first official government job in USA. So that makes me, for my entire life, dedicated to the city. So that's, I don't live in India, but I live in La Quinta, close by. But it's been always the home for me. So the city of India always been home for me. And again, I'm also, what Scott said, I echo that. I'm very open to communicate with commission, hear ideas. You guys can always email me, call me on my phone. I was able to meet with some of the commissions one-on-one, but still I'm looking forward to meet the rest of the commission as well. Each meeting gave me, opened a door to commission's wish list, priorities, and what you guys would like me to do. So I appreciate if you guys provide that time for me, and I can meet anytime, anywhere. So that's not any obstacle for me. With that, I'm just going to say something that probably Scott already knows about it, and Vanessa knows too. I'm not a patient person, so I send an email and I call. Did you get my email? So you will see that from me. So just bear with me if I'm going too fast. Let me know. I can stop. But being not patient is one of my weak points. But with that, I think we can go into the agenda.
Well, the yin and yang, right? So I'm a very patient person, but one thing that I lack, I know nothing about art. So this is going to be a great marriage with you guys, but what I'm good at is getting stuff done. So that's what I look forward to. So, but thank you, Chair, for the opportunity to do some intros.
Well, on behalf of the commission, and I know personally, I've worked with both of you in the past. You're great to work with, and you're right, Scott, you get it done when it needs to be done. So I know I am, and I hope everyone else feels the same way, that we're looking forward to this is a new team, and we're looking forward to get things done. We've been asleep for way too long. So, welcome. Item 5, action items, 5.1, Public Arts Commission Work Plan.
We're just gonna wait. Okay, great. So all right, so this item is an action item. So staff would like to get direction from the commission. This is the work plan. Exactly. So item 5.1, Public Art Commission Work Plan. As you recall, with previous staff, the commission put together a strategic plan. In addition, from that, what was resulted was a, let me see. Huh. Do I turn it on? Okay,
You
I
got
need to turn it on. So it was a work plan that was resulted from the strategic plan to create guidelines, timelines, and tools for systematic implementation of the public arts program. That was done in 2021. So a little bit, it's from last year. If we want to create a plan for this year, probably the first change will say 2022. And ideally, staff thinks a yearly plan shall include, or a work plan shall be a yearly plan that includes projects that are carried over from previous years and also new projects. In addition, it should have a set of outcomes for each year. We think it should include guidelines as how new public arts project will be initiated. For example, there are opportunities in public works projects, in infrastructure projects that the commission can be start working with that team early on, or with the planning project as well, in addition to what we have done so far. And also include guidances to review an approved project, include the type of public arts project that the commission would like to do. These are the new projects that we are talking about, and what locations, and also the planning process, which includes budgeting, implementation, and maintaining those public arts projects, and eventually the public arts collection. So that's why staff would like to get direction from the commission after reviewing the attachment A and B that was attached to the staff report, for next step to complete the work plan. And I'll be happy to hear your comments regarding a work plan.
Any comments?
As far as moving forward with the work plan, or just on the work plan period? I don't really have any comments other than maybe that we need to look at just the timelines, really, just because we are at a new year. And I know before this was divided into quarters. So figuring out maybe where we want to implement each of our goals in here throughout the year.
Scott.
Chair, if I could just add, as we reviewed the, so this is your existing work plan that the commission has worked on, and some of the things that we noted in here that value number 4. So I'm looking at page 4 of 33 of attachment A, the best practices. So that's just one of the values that is identified, and then it goes on and identifies a different goal. what we noticed is that there appeared to be a focus on certain areas in particular, as opposed to the overall strategic plan. So the work plan's coming off of your strategic plan. And so if you could perhaps let us know if that's where you want to continue to go to focus in on those specific areas, or if you would like perhaps Layla and I to go back and look at your strategic plan as a whole, and then come back with a recommendation of maybe a work plan that identifies all areas of the strategic plan, not to increase that work plan per se, but to touch upon additional points. So, but if that kind of gives you a little context there, if you can guide us as to how you identified why you want to focus on, value number 4, best practices, but not other areas. So what I thought is we could do one of two things. We can adopt this as is, as you've presented or recommended in the past, or we're happy to go back and look at the strategic plan as a whole and come back with a work plan along that year-long timeline and see if that's something, and maybe that even gives you 2 options. You can not only review what you have here, but then a work plan that we can put together as a different template.
When we had put this work plan together, I know that we put in these different values and the goals because we were trying to prioritize what we needed in order to build a foundation within the commission. So that's why those ones are sectioned out in that way.
What I'm hearing from Scott, and I'm agreeing, is that as it exists now, our work plan is very general, very broad, all-encompassing. If we can narrow down more firmly what can be done in a year's period. I mean, some of these things have already started, some of them have been finished. If we can glean from existing work plan of what has been done, what is underway, and what needs to be done, prioritized, then I think that would be very helpful. It will make clear to us exactly what we can do in the next year's time. Because, having basically been on hiatus for 2 years, it's almost like starting over again. And we need, there are things that need to be done, and quickly, in order to.
As the new staff, if you will, we're trying to honor the past and the work that you've done historically, and not come in and impose our will of going a different direction. So we want to be very mindful and respectful of what the commission has done and what direction you want to go. But we are also willing to go back as staff to come up with a work plan suggestion as well, and see if that's more fitting for you as well. But again, if this is the direction you guys would like to go, we are happy to pursue this work plan as already outlined.
Anything?
I don't have whatever attachments were linked, so I obviously don't know what we're talking about.
All these
There's a printout.
Oh, is it just a copy of the work plan again?
Yeah,
Oh, attachment A and B just went to nothing when you clicked the links in the agenda that was sent to us, so I didn't know what.
if you scrolled down also, you could see it. You
Oh.
didn't see it? But
Well,
anyhow,
no, I saw these, but,
oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
okay, yeah, they don't go anywhere when you click on the links. Okay. I didn't see an action item other than to just make a recommendation for something. It was on my computer too at home.
Anything else?
I mean, I'm happy with moving forward with this if we can also see how it looks moving forward, because I've never worked with the work plan with the commission. I'm sure their commission has never worked with the work plan or a strategic plan. So just understanding how the commission is going to move forward with those 2 items.
I mean, the idea of a work plan is fine. My problem with the existing work plan, and it sounds great, looks great on paper, but in actuality, it's very vague. And in considering that staff are really the ones that get most of that work done, I mean, I think that we owe it to staff to hear from you of what you think as staff, the priorities really should be in reality of how things can or cannot happen in the city. I mean, the work plan is full of good things, but are they all doable? So, since we're depending upon Layla and Scott to get a lot done with our assistance when we can, I think that we need to hear from Layla and Scott on what they think the possibilities truly are.
Chair, if we could hear from Commissioner Buck and Commissioner Cruz and Dejas, that would be it'd be helpful.
Sure. I agree with Bill that we did a lot of work on the work plan. We planned to do a lot of work on the work plan. I don't know how well the work plan worked. It feels like we kind of like never actually implemented it in a way. It just sort of was like, oh, we're doing it again, but we never even like, nothing happened with the original one really. So I'd hate for that work to go to waste, but at the same time, yeah, if our city staff is entirely different, then it kind of makes sense to get your perspectives on things and your input on things, and to do something that's gonna, also include your talents and skills and ideas too.
And as far as for me, I'm the newer one on the commission here. So coming in and hearing about this work plan, I was like, oh, that's great. And then hearing that there was nothing else after yet, I was like, oh, okay, so we could just wait a little bit. So I'm with that same, mindset that I want to really hear, okay, now what's the next step? Let's move forward. Like, what's the forward momentum now? So.
If it pleases the commission, then what we can do is at the next meeting, and listen, you'll learn quickly that both Layla and myself are not ones to push things out and table any items. But if it pleases the commission, we are happy to put together, I think what I'm hearing is perhaps even just a marriage of the two, of the existing, and then along with what we've seen after reviewing the documents, strategic plan, et cetera, and then present an actual work plan that we think is feasible and to implement, and then we can adopt that at the next meeting and get that in your hands prior to, so you can review that. So if that's okay with the commission, we are happy to go back and present a new work plan that marries the old and the new.
I'll say, can we give recommendations as to what we see in this existing work plan, what we want to see implemented in the married work plan?
That would be very helpful. Any input, any elements that you wish to be carried forward and make sure that they're in there, by all means, let us know, and we're happy to make sure that those see the light of day.
All right.
And yeah, I mean, I think we all would like to take some extra time to actually read through the work plan, highlight the areas that we think are important, and then forward that information on to staff. Cece, Tom, is that?
Yep, that sounds good.
And so,
EJ? Okay, well, I think that would be productive and fair.
So to just for me to be clear, so I will send everybody tonight those two documents via email so you can have it. Then that means between now and the next meeting, which I think it is February 8th, maybe in a week, you guys send me your highlighted items, and we have time to bring it back to you for next
Right.
commission. Okay, got it.
I was going to say a week, that, read it over in a week, commissioners, make your notes, send your recommendations on to staff within the week, a week to 10 days. And that way you can compile and put together what you need to put together.
That sounds good to me. Mr. Trujillo, is that good? Okay, perfect.
Excellent. 5.2, traffic signal box.
So just to give a little bit of introduction on that, we received these images, about 60 images last year. There was an ad hoc committee, and eventually the commission chose 9 images. Those 9 images are not here. These are the remaining of the images. We have about 21 boxes that we need to wrap them. So staff was thinking, instead of going out for another RFP and for another round of collecting more images, maybe tonight it's a good opportunity as the whole commission to look at those remaining images and pick 1, 5, 10, or none. But that's at least give the staff some ease of mind that these images are not worthy of putting on those traffic signal boxes. So with that in mind, I'm just gonna, this is basically what I said. We had 29 artists that they submitted images, about 69 of them were selected. These are the traffic signal boxes that need real attention. This is next to school. It's graffiti, it's faded, it's falling apart. This one is on Highway 111, very highly visible area. It's faded, and as you see in the image, it needs attention. There are 2 boxes next to the festival on Avenue 50. As you see in the image, this is a wrap. The wrap is peeling, so again, needs. This one was one of the first boxes that the commission commissioned to be painted, and as you see, it's been replaced partially. There are 3 boxes here, faded. This box, as you see, again, faded, needs attention, 2 of them. This one is being peeled. There are 2 boxes. This one as well, it's faded, it's next to JFK Hospital. This one of the wraps in on Oasis and Miles. This is still, we can live maybe for another year with it, but there are 3 images, they're also faded. So we're going through image selection. There's no name of artist, there's nothing, it's just number. So however you would like me to go through.
We have approximately 51 images to go through.
Correct.
I mean, we could sit here for hours talking about which ones we like, and still not call it down to 21. Can I suggest that as we go through these images, that each commissioner picks one that you like? That way we will at least have 5 that we can start with, and in order to put on the boxes that are in need. And if we need to, at every meeting, or unless we organize an ad hoc committee to choose the other images that are needed, we can do it at every meeting, or we can do it ad hoc committee. But I think for tonight's purposes, if each one of us choose one, and that way staff will have 5 boxes to start with.
That's good to me. How about you, sir? Okay, great. So this is image number 1. Whenever you guys are ready, let me know so I can move on.
You don't need to go too long.
Okay. Image number 2. Image number 3. It's colorful. 4. 5. 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, number 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Oops, I think that's the last one.
Did everyone find something you liked? Tom, Cece?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, let me know. Which one?
Vanessa?
I'll start with 39.
39. Okay.
Tom?
Number 3 was my top choice.
Number 3, perfect.
Cece?
Number 2.
Number 2,
EJ?
Mine are getting picked, so with number 25.
25.
And number 4.
Number 4. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Did you guys want to take a look at it one more time, or you guys are good?
I'm comfortable. Does anyone else need to see more?
Okay,
There was
Great.
three more that I liked.
Okay, which ones?
6, 9, and 17.
6, 9, and 17. All right. Anybody wants to take a look at them again, or you guys are good?
No, I'm interested in seeing which ones they are.
Okay, so.
Well,
maybe
actually, I've got them here on paper. I can look by myself.
we can look. Oh, here, let's go real quick. So. Yeah, I have 39, which was this one. Is that correct?
6,
Well, that's what you.
So then 25, which is this one, yeah. Then 17. This is geometric grade. Then I have 9, 6. Oops, 9. Yeah,
Mhm.
very colorful. 6.
You can get rid of 6 if we're going with 9.
Okay. So I get it of 6. Then we have 4. And then we have 3. And then we have 2. You guys feel comfortable?
I don't know if we're looking at repeat artists, because I know some of these artists are selected multiple times. So if we're trying to expand the
Number 9 and number 2 are the same artist.
Right, it will be the same. These two are the same.
I'm fine with just two, if everyone else is fine with just two.
Okay, so I delete number 9. Okay,
And substitute with number 2, right?
yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We got 6 images.
So give me the numbers again,
2,
right?
3, 4, 17,
Uh-huh.
25, 39.
39. Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Did anybody wants me to email all those images to you guys tonight as well? No? Okay. One more question for me. The commission prefers an future selection for traffic signal box to have an ad hoc committee? Okay.
It
Yes.
seemed to make it easier. Yeah.
Yeah, we formed an ad hoc committee for the previous election
Mhm.
and for the outline of the program as well.
Sure. Noted. Thank you.
Are we going to go with the same members of that committee?
It's-
And the committee prior were Vanessa and Cece?
Yeah, it's up to the commission.
Are you volunteering to do it again,
I'll do it again. I enjoyed it.
Vanessa?
I don't mind, yeah.
Okay, then.
Nobody else wants to.
Then Vanessa and Cece will be your ad hoc committee.
Great. Thank you very much.
Excellent. To Section 6, staff item 6.1, Colossal Cacti art piece installation update.
So from here on the agenda, we're going to have updates on several projects. The first one is the Colossal Cacti. So I'll wait till I get the presentation, then we go from there. All right. Sorry, I put you through 3 times. All right, so this project came before the commission end of last year, and the commission approved budgeting for installation of 3 cacti. The project, as you come in, has been completed. So I have some pictures from when they were laying down the pad. So included, getting all sorts of permits, and then dig alert coming to make sure there's nothing there. And then we have a ribbon cutting this weekend on Saturday, which the ceremony is at 7, but it is part of the event Take the Center Stage, which the event will start from 6 to 9, but the ribbon cutting is at 7. I sent an email, Chair, I accepted to say some words, and you're in the program. So these are the pictures I took today. As you can see, they add color to that area. Any question regarding? No?
No question? Well, I hope everyone comes Saturday.
I'll be there.
I'll be there. I mean, I do have a question. Why did they choose nighttime to do this?
Oh, for this ribbon cutting, you mean?
Yeah,
I'm assuming because it was there was an event, so a lot of people are there, so they choose that time. And there's gonna be some lighting, temporary lighting to light it up for the ceremony.
There's going to be a concert, right? Or music? Yeah.
It's a music concert as
So
well.
it's the same, they're doing an event space downtown, right near there.
oh, what do I know? Okay,
So there's an event in downtown from 6 to 9 with a country theme. So there's country music, and at 7 the ribbon cutting is happening in between. But there will be lighting projecting to the pieces, so it will be visible.
so if I came at 5 to 7 and left at 5 after 7, because I hate country music.
It will be fine, sir, as long as we have you for the ceremony.
I'll be,
And we love to see the rest of the commission as well there.
Please. All right, okay. 6.2 Avenue Bridge project update.
So Miles Avenue Bridge project update. So previous staff had contacted Ron Vigilant with the Vigilart. So he is going to fabricate 31 of those artworks that they go on the pilasters. We may have 2 or 3 extras because the selection was in addition to the remainder of pilasters, but still those are nice art pieces. It could be used any other places per the commission's direction. The fabrication will take from December 1st to June 2022. And then they're supposed to deliver all the artworks no later than June 30th. And due to the heat, because as you remember, there's some type of cement glue that it needs to install those pieces. We are planning to do the installation in fall. So as we get the image, the art pieces, we inform the commission again. And when we go through the installation, we will inform the commission as well. Any question regarding that?
Nope.
All right, Cerebral K installation update. As you know, the art pieces has been installed. The landscape also is being installed. We're getting estimates and preparing ourselves to do the lighting and the cost on the lighting. The next steps will be to install the lighting, complete the landscape, and also select the day for the ribbon cutting.
Okay.
These are some pictures that I took maybe 3 weeks ago. So as you see, there's some markers there in the bottom for the irrigation. This is basically the landscape plan. As you see, the empty or white area is DG. It's not going to be planted, so it won't damage the art piece. The other ones that they have some images in it, that will be landscape with planting. And you can see here in this image that I took today, they put those metal barriers to put the DG in. And again, there are some markers for irrigation and planting. Any question regarding that?
Yes,
Sure.
I didn't see the piece while it was at Coachella Fest, but the photographs that I remember seeing originally, the objects, and I may be totally wrong, but the objects seem to have been much brighter in color. Have they been repainted with new colors?
I'm not sure if repainted with new colors, but it been repainted because it was there in their storage for a long time. So the pieces that been repainted. If the commission would like, I can go compare and then provide an update next commission meeting.
Okay.
If the paints will be changed.
I may be totally imagining, but my memory seems, I want to say that the colors were brighter. And because these colors are grayed down, and they're, you know, when I think of Africa, because it was done by an African artist, when I think Africa, I think color, bright colors, and these certainly are not bright colors.
I'll check with previous images and these images and provide an update. But these are in a way when you go around, it goes from kind of like warm colors to the cold colors. It goes from red and oranges to the blues when you go around it. So from each side, it's a different color. But I know what you're saying. Sure.
And it may just have been the photographs that they showed originally
Correct.
that I'm remembering. But
Sure. Let me go back and check and provide. I will provide an update next time.
thank you.
You're very welcome.
6.4 mural conservation assessment update.
So mural conservation assessment update. This is very exciting. The commission provided direction to staff on the last meeting, and this goes to the city council on January 19, not 9. I apologize regarding that. So the recommendation from commission, exact same recommendation goes to the city council so they can review it. And what basically we're asking the council to do is to implement the Public Arts Commission regarding the city's mural collection, authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate the agreements on the private pieces. Also, there's a cost of repair for one mural, which is about 16,000. There are 2 murals that needs to be removed. We don't know the cost on that, but the staff report says that cost shouldn't exceed the city manager's contract authority. But when we get the estimate on removal and cleaning the wall, we will come back to the planning commission, to the arts commission, so you guys feel comfortable with those costs. And also we are asking the city council to authorize the staff to put together a work plan based on the priorities, which the first priorities was removal and also the repair. So that's what's going on to the council on January 19. And we would like the chair, if you don't mind, to attend the meeting. So if any question comes up that you would like to participate, you be there.
I'll have to go buy some long pants.
And I will send you the final staff report on the agenda.
Okay. Thank you.
I will actually send it to all the commissions so you guys be aware of what we are doing. Any question regarding that?
Nope. 6.5, Desert X exhibition for 2023.
So Desert X, I came on board and I got so happy the first day. I was like, I'm here. What if there's anything that we can do to collaborate on 2023, let me know. So what happens is they told me they're gonna meet with some artists end of the year in December, and they want to show them some sites. But put together some sites. The reason that we didn't come before the commission was because they wanted to show those sites to the artists. But we also told them the caveat is this site needs to be approved by the city manager, by the arts commission. Also, the final art piece needs to be approved by the arts commission. So they're aware of that. But I just wanted to let you know, these are all city-owned properties that they have good parking areas. So this site is actually right across the chambers of commerce.
Mhm.
So it's grass. There's plenty of parking on the street and also city parkings and everything there. It has grass, it's some landscape. So there's the site too, is right across the city hall again. So right across actually your ski. There are, lighting, trees, street trees and things like that.
Mhm.
There's this site, which used to be the Desert Theater and Elks Lodge. So right now it is just
Dirt.
dirt and it will be DGE or gravel. So as you see, those date trees in the background is kind of like add some type of visual interest. This is the property south of the library and south of Loma Linda Children's Hospital, which used to have a church building. The building still is there. Again, grass, some date palms there. This is the white steel property. And then right now it's all demolished and all gravel. So it's another available site. This one is south of the History Museum, Coachella Valley History Museum. Again, plenty of parking and it has grass and some trees as well. This one is the sports park, which is 50 some acres and it's on Avenue 44. Again, it's available. The city has awarded a grant for 30 acres of it for first phase, which is about 30 acres, but it will have still more vacant, land for an artist if they choose to use that. So these are the sites that, and also the last site, which is south of the Armory. So these are the sites that the staff put together, all city-owned, and they have, potential to put something, large outdoor. And specifically with the COVID, staff had mentioned that we prefer the outdoor because you never know what will happen 2023. So these are all for 2023. Any
Chair,
questions?
if I could just chime in briefly.
Certainly.
I just wanted to commend Layla for her work on this. This is just something that's above and beyond. She didn't have to curate any of this for Desert X, but she had she's in the know as to Desert X reviewing different sites in the month of December, and thought, one thing that we've talked about in the past is that Desert X has not identified great locations within the city. So this is just a real example of Layla being proactive to get these sites in front of them early on to begin the dialogue. Naturally, all 9 of these sites we're not committed on any one of those yet, but I just felt it was just a great example in which here's someone who's willing to kind of go above and beyond and get ahead of this early on to position the city of Indio for proper placement for Desert X in 2023. So thank you, Layla.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Ditto, ditto, ditto. I mean, each of these sites, no matter if they end up taking any one of them, they're all good sites. So yeah, you did a great job on this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. I think I heard the commission loud and clear last time.
I just had one comment,
Sure.
just because I happen to know, because the family was there forever.
Yeah.
The White Steel property, you might want to check with College of the Desert because they're going to be using it for lay down area for probably the next 1.5 to 2 years for the new extension
Got it.
at the
Noted.
campus. So
Yes.
half that property might not be available. And I don't know that, I don't know if it's Tilden Coyle or whoever is running that project, but check with I think it's COD's MAAS to see if the rest of that property is going to be tied up.
Sure.
But I think it's going to be for at least 1.5 years. So you might not be able to use that property.
Got it. Thank you. I'll let them know. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, EJ. 6.6, is this a repeat or the traffic box?
Sorry. This is an update on one that we installed.
Oh,
From 9 images that the commission selected. This box was on the corner of Highway 111 and Jackson next to the elementary school. And as you see, it was in a very bad shape. So it took 4 hours to scrape and sand it. And I was there, thought I can help. I, used the scraper a couple of times and it didn't even go through. So they did a great job. They sanded everything. They installed the image. We went with this one, staff chose it, and then Scott and city manager also liked it. We also applied what the commission direction to the negative spaces on the sky. So as you see, it looks like paper is crunched. So that was added by the Desert Wraps to make it in a way that people don't want to do graffiti or vandalize it. So it's colorful. It next to this was really happy, and I'm happy and excited too. So we just want to provide you with an update. I have 2 items about the traffic signal boxes too. The top portion is not visible by human eyes because nobody's as tall as that. But when the cars or tall trucks goes by, they can see it. There are two suggestions. Don't ask the artist to put anything there, so it will be just a metal, or just put something like Public Arts Commission, on top of all of them, the tall ones. There are some boxes that they're smaller, as I showed you in the other. So those, it could be wrapped all around, but this one's maybe we have something on the top, which is repeats on every single of the boxes. And then also the bottom portion, this one is fine, but some of the bottom portion right now is concrete and gray, so it's fine, but some of them, they're white, so it takes away from the image. So staff was wondering if the commission feels comfortable to maybe do a neutral color when it is white and it has it provides a contrast or conflict with the image on it. So those are the two questions.
I think on the height, that it would be a nice thing that we could put a credit line for the Indio Public Arts Commission, Give us credit where credit is due. And the bottom area, yeah, the white would take away. So a neutral color, even if it is a concrete gray color.
Okay.
Sure, makes sense to me. Any other thoughts?
Just a comment. Looking at these, because I remember these images when we chose them. I think that's brilliant that you were able to do where that it looks like the paper was crumbled, because that was a concern I remember. And I think that that's just great how you were able to add that to it. I'm still kind of staring at it. I'm like, wow, that's really neat.
Well, it did enhance the image.
Yeah, it did. And I didn't do it desert wraps. They did it. So I just said, hey, can you texture it in a way? And then they came back with this idea and were like, send it to Scott. And we're like, okay, great.
Looks good. It's not flat. Yeah, gives it dimension.
Chair, if I may as well, and I will always give credit where credit's due. And again, I just wanted to commend, this is Layla right here again. We knew we had 9 images from the commission that have been approved to proceed with these traffic signal boxes. We have a city manager who's all about GSD, which is get stuff done. And so we married the two together. She went out there, actively took photos of the worst boxes. This one right here was in terrible shape, and got it done in no time at all. And so this will just be another example of moving forward. You have the 9 images, actually now 9 plus the 6 you approved tonight. So we have a slate of images we can go out and I think what you Layla indicated is 21 that we can address. So we're moving but thank you again for spearheading this, and thanks to the city manager for allowing us to proceed in an expeditious fashion, all while still honoring what the commission has already approved. So thank you.
Thank you, everybody. And we have one more item, which is new projects and items for next agenda.
7.1. Yeah.
7.1. And then we want to make this kind of like from now on, this item will be basically a discussion, maybe brainstorming. Commission brings ideas. We can also talk about next agenda items. We can talk about new ideas. We can have some fun with this item here. So it gives staff some food for thought, and also we have the commission involved as well. So again, this is new, but we are here to hear from you, and we're excited about it as well.
Well, 7.1 falls under the commissioner items. And does any commissioner have anything else they'd like to add to the discussion, the conversation? Well, when it says new projects and items for next agenda, that's relatively easy. we're going to carry over ideas and conversations from this meeting to the next. But I really want to ask this commission strongly to come up with new ideas for art projects to happen in this town. And as Scott mentioned earlier, they may not happen, but if we come up with a really good, strong, viable list of things that could happen, then we will have things to work on. And obviously, we've got new staff members who have much energy to expend and are willing to work with us and in a way for us to get things done. You know, I'm like Scott and Layla. I like to get things done. I don't like sitting around doing nothing. So I've got a couple ideas already in my head of things that I'd like to see happen in this town. So if everyone can kind of mull around in your heads what you really want to see, whether it's, you know, a sculpture, a mural, a program, a series of lectures, or whatever it is, please come up with it, write it down, send it on to Layla, because it's time to wake up and stop being sleepy. You know, they keep saying that Indio is going to pop. Well, I think we're some of the people that can have the needles to make the pop loud. So please do it. Help these two good workers out and do it.
And this is just came to my mind. If Scott is okay with it, I like to share some ideas, some like articles and videos of art with Scott. So if you're okay, maybe I can share it with the commission as well. And it's just like the title will say sharing. I don't need anybody to respond to me, but just to share. And I like that as well from the commission. If you have something that you'd like to share with me, just feel free to send it to me, please.
Thank you. Thank you for being so open and willing to work with us. And I really am looking forward to talking more about these Community Service Commission idea. Because in a way, I mean, whether they merge or just collaborate, cooperate in a really meaningful way, I think that's almost essential at this point in time.
Yeah, I would also like to add with that, maybe think about Community Service and Human Rights Commission as well. I think those two things go along in a lot more of the direction that we need in these times. And I think the Arts Commission can definitely help in that, as well as giving a platform to folks that need that voice.
Do we need to come up with agenda items, or are staff going to do that and pass it on?
I'm okay with what I have right now. And I probably will discuss with chair as well.
Okay.
But if there's anything that the commission would like to add right now, we can do it. Otherwise, we can always do it like when you send me your notes on the work plan, you can also send me that will give me enough time to put together a staff report and agenda.
Okay. Any other commissioner comments? No? Well, thank you, Layla. Thank you, Scott. Thank you. I haven't memorized your name yet. Vanessa. How could I forget that? Sorry, Vanessa. I'm an old man. My memory's back.
And then she did a great job too. I'm like panicking and doing this and then she walked me through the new program. So I couldn't done it without Vanessa. So thank you, Vanessa.
We have a good, new, energized team. This is good.
We do. I don't drink coffee either.
That's a sin. I don't. Nothing else. Then adjournment is not a moving item. So, all right, then I'll adjourn this meeting at 6:35 PM.
Thank you very much.